Hello everybody, it's Ishita Gupta, that's me, talking to you, that's you, from ishitagupta.com. This is my HQ, my new apartment, and it's been a while since I've done a video for you guys, but I was just itching to do a video. I feel like video is something that I continue to love, yet put off. Many things in life we do that with. And the last time I did these, people were like, please comb your hair, please wear different nail polish. So maybe I got a little, fearful of that. But anyway, here's me. I'm not going to comb my hair because I like my hair. But I wanted to do a video today for you guys on something that has been coming up a lot recently. And a client of mine actually wrote me an email this morning about this very same topic, which is feeling like we're failing with the expectations that we set for ourselves. So I want to just read something to you that he wrote me, and he's basically writing about feeling like he's falling behind. So he wants to launch a website, and he has current projects going on, and he has a business partner also who's working on the existing clients. She's working on the existing work, but he feels like he wants to push forward and launch this new site and keep selling and getting new clients while also the existing work is going on. And he doesn't want to have to go through these months where they're just doing existing work and not really selling and not really getting more clients in the door. So what he says is, I feel like I'm falling behind and I'm starting to get annoyed with myself. And how many of us don't get annoyed with ourselves, right? We all do. It happens every day when we set expectations, when we have certain things we want to do. So as I was going through my response, what I do with my clients is I like to send them audio notes. So I'll talk into my phone and I'll send them audio notes instead of email. Life hack, business hack for those of you who respond to client emails. And I told him the following, and I wanted to share this with you guys because it's really important. And whenever I get this like intuitive sense of, yeah, this is how we need to deal with things, I want to start sharing that with you. Okay? So, numero uno. Number one. Realize that there's a reason you feel this way. One of the things I told him was, buddy, you're trying to launch a website. You're working with existing clients who have multiple events going on. You are in the middle of the selling process. You're in the middle of rebranding and repositioning. All of this takes time, right? And so stress, when we start to feel stress, is normally because we don't want things to be the way that they are. Like we're just not accepting what's happening in front of us. This is partly what's going on and why my client is feeling super stressed. Because if you realize you're building a website, you're rebranding, you have existing work going on, and you have events, you kind of got to know that something's got to give, right? There's just really no way for you to not feel stressed. So part of it is being able to take a deep breath and say, there's a lot on my plate right now. There's a lot that's going to be on my plate for the next month. And after that is when I can start piling on the rest of the work. Right, number two, how to deal with not feeling like a failure or your self-imposed deadlines is to adjust your expectations. You have to adjust your expectations. This goes back to the previous part, which is something has to give. Something's got to give. You either have to push your website launch over until the following week or the following 2 weeks and deliberately, intentionally not feel guilty about it. Or you have to finish up your current existing client work really quickly, not marring quality, but finish that up. Or you have to tie up the events that you're doing. In order for us to actually do the things we want to do, which is going into my point number 3, which is in order to do what we say we're going to do, we have to create time. Time exists, right? But it's arbitrary unless we give it some kind of metric or we give it some kind of constraint. Otherwise, time, just like money, if money is not attached to something, is meaningless. It's worthless. If you have $2 million sitting under your bed, it means nothing. What does it mean? What is it doing for you? Really, you have to create the time and carve out that time, whether it's on a Friday afternoon where you say, these next 4 hours for Friday and Thursday and Friday are only going to be spent on my website rebrand. Or this time on Wednesday evening is only going to be spent just on doing this existing client work. You have to carve out the time to do the stuff that you say you're going to do. Because we all have, mile-long to-do list. Woo, mile-long to-do list, right? That's like a larger than a 9 by 11 piece of paper. That's like 18 by 11 or something. And it's a to-do list, right? There's tons of stuff on it. And when is it going to get done? When is it all going to get done? I have to physically, and I put this in my calendar out chunks of time to actually do X. If I have write my newsletter, if I have send out my newsletter on a Tuesday afternoon, I have write my newsletter chunked out in 2-hour blocks on my calendar. You have to, okay? So part of what I told him was he has to create real time, not fake time, not the time that's going on in his head like, oh yeah, I'm going to make time to do that, but real time in his calendar. So make it real. Make your time real. And lastly is, this is one of the most important, also most fun, which is change your state of mind from obligation and your to-dos to something fun. If you have a million things on your to-do list to do, it's going to suck for you to do them. It just sucks. Trust me, I've been there. I'm there every day, right? How do I get all of this done? You can't. You won't. It will literally not all get done. So you have to find a way to make the things that you're actually going to pursue fun, okay? And you have to do the things, to be quite honest, that are fun. Even if, when I was doing my taxes are not fun. I hated it, right? I actually wore something that I felt amazing in. I played some music. It sounds incredibly cheesy. I had some comic books to the side so that, whenever I took a break, I like to read comics. I took a gander at my comic books as a reward. You gotta have fun with it. Okay, you have to get excited about it again. When it's all drudgery and no play makes Jack a seriously dull boy. So you have to figure out a way to add some flavor into it. Get excited again. Take a break if you need to. If you have been slogging away for 8 or 10 hours a day and really not doing much, you kind of got to know that your pushing through is not having an effect. Okay? So let me summarize if I can remember correctly. That is my sort of battling back, the feeling of feeling like a failure and feeling annoyed at yourself for missing self-imposed deadlines. Numero uno, there's a reason why you feel this way. You got to accept it and breathe through it and know that the reason you're here is because of the stuff that's on your plate. You brought in the stuff on your plate, so you're going to have to deal with the stuff that's on it right now, right? Just relax. You're going to be able to get through it. Accept it first. Don't fight it. Number 2, adjust your expectations. Know that you're going to have to move something or push something or shove something, right? Or delete something off your list. Something's got to give. What's it going to be? You got to know that. Number 3 is create real time in your calendar. Real. That's not real. I don't even know why I did that. But real time in your calendar. Block it off. Chunk it out. Okay? Don't just think about time. Don't just think about making the time. Actually physically write it in your calendar. Number 4, change your state of mind to be able to do something fun or somehow get your juju and excitement back. Otherwise, everything on your to-do list is going to feel like absolute pain. It's going to feel painful. You won't be able to do it. Trust me, slogging through is not the answer, okay? This is my answer to your question, lovely client. And if you guys are going through this right now, please take heed of these things. I really only want to talk to you guys about things that work. So for all of these tips and more, please, first of all, like this video if you like it. I think it's down below, but I don't want to do double thumbs down. And leave me a comment. I always, always, always love to hear from you guys. You guys come up with some brilliant hacks and tips yourselves, so I always like to hear that. And for all this and more, because truly, truly, the best of the best comes onto my newsletter, and I write about all sorts of wonderful things like fear and confidence and entrepreneurship and business. Come to ishitagupta.com and sign up. That is literally where all the good stuff goes down. And I think that's all. Those are all the things I'm supposed to give you guys at the end of a video. But thanks. I am happy to be back on video. I love it. And I will see you guys next time. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.